Hello, curiosity seekers. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a topic that blends history, mystery, and a touch of chills. Abandoned ghost towns. Have you ever wondered what happens when an entire city is left behind? Places where time simply stopped, streets are silent, buildings are in ruins, and stories seem to leap straight out of horror movies. Or are they more than just stories? In this video, we'll take a virtual tour of some of the spookiest ghost towns around the world, uncover the reasons behind their abandonment, and delve into the stories of their former residents. And of course, we'll explore how nature and time have transformed these forgotten places into hauntingly beautiful works of art. So, get ready for an unforgettable journey through the hidden corners of humanity's past. Our first stop is Pripyat, Ukraine. This city became infamous as one of the victims of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986. Before the accident, Pripyat was a thriving city with about 50,000 residents, but everything changed in a matter of hours. The inhabitants were forced to flee their homes in a hurry, leaving behind personal belongings, toys, books, and even pets. Today, Pripyat is a radioactive time capsule, with schools, amusement parks, and buildings overtaken by vegetation. But here's a curious fact. Despite being a restricted zone, some elderly residents illegally returned to their homes in the years that followed. They chose to face the risks of radiation rather than live far from their homeland. What makes Pripyat so fascinating? Beyond the tragedy that defines it, there's something almost poetic about the way nature slowly reclaims human space. Inside the abandoned schools, you can find notebooks and school supplies scattered across classrooms, as if the children had just run out. In the amusement park, the iconic rusted Ferris wheel remains frozen in time, never officially opened. It's impossible not to feel a chill imagining the contrast between the vibrant life that once existed there and the oppressive silence that reigns today. Next, we head to France, where we find Oradour-sur-Glane, a village that became the stage for a tragedy during World War II. In 1944, Nazi soldiers invaded the town and massacred 642 people, including women and children. After the massacre, the village was completely abandoned and never rebuilt. To this day, it remains exactly as it was on the day of the attack. Rusted cars, shops with goods still on the shelves, and clocks stopped at the moment of the tragedy. Oradour-sur-Glane serves as a powerful memorial and a somber reminder of the devastating impact of war. Walking through the deserted streets, you can see rusty bicycles leaning against walls, as if their owners were about to return at any moment. The facades of houses still show bullet marks, and churches, once community centers, now stand empty and silent. The intentional preservation of this village as a memorial is a conscious choice to ensure the world never forgets the horror that occurred there. Our next destination is Bodie, a ghost town in California, USA. Founded during the gold rush in the 19th century, Bodie had over 10,000 residents at its peak. But as soon as the mines began to dry up, people started to leave. Today, the town is preserved in a state called arrested decay, meaning the buildings are kept exactly as they were at the time of abandonment. It's almost as if you could walk the streets and feel the energy of the old miners and cowboys who once lived there. Bodie is a perfect example of how a town can be swallowed by time. Broken windows, collapsed roofs, and dust-covered interiors tell the story of a community that flourished quickly and disappeared even faster. Interestingly, many say that Bodie is haunted by restless spirits. Visitors often report unexplained experiences, such as doors slamming shut on their own or voices echoing through the deserted streets. While this may be attributed to fertile imagination, it's easy to understand why so many legends surround this place. Finally, we travel to Japan, where we find Hashima Island, also known as Gunkanjima. For decades, this small island was home to thousands of workers extracting coal from the depths of the ocean. However, with the decline of the coal industry, the island was abandoned in 1974. What makes Hashima so eerie is its appearance as a decaying industrial fortress. The concrete buildings are overtaken by vegetation, and the broken windows give the impression of hollow eyes staring out at the sea. Interestingly, the island inspired scenes in movies like Skyfall from the James Bond franchise. Hashima is a microcosm of rapid industrialization and subsequent technological obsolescence. During its heyday, the island was overcrowded, with population densities rivaling those of Tokyo. Now, however, it stands as a monument to the transience of human progress. Walking through its narrow streets and concrete staircases feels like entering a labyrinth of collective memories. Every corner seems to tell a different story, from the harsh conditions of the workers to the moments of leisure they found amidst the grueling routine. But beyond these famous cities, there are many other intriguing stories around the world. For example, Kalmanskap in Namibia was a prosperous town built during the diamond rush in the early 20th century. Today, its luxurious houses are completely buried by desert sand, creating a surreal landscape that looks like it came out of a dream. Or Centralia in Pennsylvania, USA, where an underground fire that started in 1962 continues to burn to this day, making the town practically uninhabitable. These ghost towns are not just abandoned places. They are silent witnesses to past eras. They remind us of the fragility of human civilization and the inevitability of time. When we look at these places, we are confronted with profound questions. What happens when progress fails? How do we deal with the legacy of our choices? And perhaps most importantly, what can we learn from abandonment? So, what did you think of this journey through ghost towns? I don't know about you, but I got chills while researching these places. Each of these towns has a unique story, full of mysteries and lessons about the fragility of human life and the relentless power of time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who love bizarre curiosities. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because every week I bring new equally intriguing content. Also, let me know in the comments, which of these ghost towns would you dare to visit? Or would you rather stay far away from these haunted places? I'm curious to know. See you in the next video.